Hello, in this video I'm going to be picking and looking at this Bohannan padlock. This is a model Y45 padlock. Haipu gave it to me at a tool meeting yesterday in Northern Virginia. And I actually hadn't heard of Bohannan before, but I looked him up since then, and that's really just me not knowing about them, but not because they're not a big company. I was looking at their website, and they've actually been around since 1860. On their website, they mentioned they're the oldest family-owned padlock company in the U.S. And they have like some of the domain names like padlocks.com, and looking online, it does seem like they make a lot of padlocks for a lot of major companies. So definitely a very big padlock manufacturer, just one I hadn't heard of before. And yeah, I guess they've been around since 1860. Um, so yeah, this one that we've got right here is part of their high security. They call their double ball mechanisms high security. So you can see the ball bearings there. Um, it's got a stainless steel shackle here, hardened stainless steel shackle. As you can see, it is not key retaining. And we've got a couple of holes here. We've got one here. I guess this is like a weep hole for water, but you don't normally see one up here. So if somebody knows something else that's for, please let me know and correct me. You've also got one at the bottom. It is a 5-pin lock, no security pins. They offer a 6-pin version, but it just feels like standard pins all the way through to me anyways. It's not guttable. There's no screw inside to disassemble it. And I think that goes to this right here. You can see this sort of ring around the plug right here. As far as I can tell, this ring is just some form of washer. And I think it may actually be what retains the plug. And I went around the edge here and I felt it with this padlock shim. And I see that there's a little gap on the side here. I don't know what it's for. I'm assuming that's at some point for the manufacturing process. But beyond that, I don't know. I'm assuming that maybe this washer is actually manufactured in a cone shape, and that when they press the plug in, they press it down with that washer and it spreads out in some sort of cavity or milling around the sides here, and then it retains the plug. But that's a lot of guessing. I'm really not 100% sure. I was able to spin the ring 360 with the pick, just sort of digging in and pushing it, and I didn't see any sort of cuts or notches or anything like that in it. Which is why I think it might have been pressed in from the front. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it. I'm gonna be using this 30 thousandths turner and this 23 thousandths short flat hook from Jimmy Long's. I am glad that Haipu had a key for these to let me test, because this one needs really heavy tension to open it. I've got to press pretty hard to get this to rotate. Not once it's through, but just to initially get it going. And had I not known that, I might have spent a very long time trying to pick this open. But it is because this one is, I think, dirtier and older and more used up. You had a newer model that did not feel the same way. You could use much lighter tension on it and open it. So this is just this one being a little bit older. I'll go ahead and close it up, and I'd like to show you. It rakes pretty easy too. So I'll do that real quick. This is one of the wave rakes, Tools wave rakes. So hopefully it'll go pretty quick for us on camera. All right, there we go. You can see it rakes open pretty quick too. Nothing super special in there. I did try to feel back in the back to see if I could feel like a retaining pin that maybe I just couldn't see. I didn't feel any retaining pins, so I don't think that's how they're keeping the plug in. My guess is that this washer plays a role in some way. One of the other things that I thought was cool was I was looking at their website, and they actually publish their every catalog they have from 1860, which I think is really cool. If like you're trying to look at the history of locks or something, I think it's really neat that they have that on their website, so you can go back and look at the different models. Um, and the other thing I thought was cool was looking at their product catalog, is they make a lock seal or a tamper evident padlock. And it's super simple how they do it, which I think is cool. They just take a padlock like this, and what they do is they drill a hole through the side, through the body of the lock, and then up through the shackle itself. So you've got a hole going all the way through. And then you can take those like little wire tags like you see on utility boxes in the US, and you can just run it through there, whatever wire-based or cable-based tamper seal you have. You just close the lock and run it through there, and then to open the lock, you're going to have to remove that wire in some way. So it's something you could totally do yourself if you had a good bit, and a strong enough bit to drill through it with a drill press or maybe with a Dremel. So I think that's cool too. You could totally make a tamper evident padlock on your own at home just by drilling through there. And I thought you could also, if you want to get crazy, you could also do it for challenge locks. Like you could totally drill a hole all the way through the side here with a key in there. So you drill a hole through with the key, and then you put your tamper seal on there, and you send it off to somebody. And yeah, sure, there's always trickery, or there's always some way to game the game, but that's a a pretty good indication that if somebody's taking off the wire tag, that they haven't used a lock. And you could do the same thing even if it's not like a challenge lock. If you wanted even greater security that somebody hasn't used a lock, drill a hole through there with a key in there or a blank key, and then use one of those tamper seals, so the wire-based tamper seals, to hold the key in there, so somebody's not getting picks in there. And I feel like that would be a fairly simple, fairly hard way to break as far as a tamper seal. So anyways, that's all I got on that. It's a cool little lock, and yeah, thank you, Haipu. Thank you. All right, thank you all for watching.